Today's video is gonna be a good one. My hope and prayer with today's video is that something I say speaks to you, speaks to just one of you, because I have got a mouthful for today's video, and it's all in regards to curriculum. How I choose curriculum in our homeschool. I have been asked this question so many times, I cannot even count anymore. With the influx of new homeschoolers, so many moms have reached out, beginning their very first year homeschooling. They are new homeschoolers. They're trying to figure this stuff out. They're in the, I'm gonna just call it a curriculum war, honestly, because sometimes that is what it feels like. There is so much information. There are so many options, more than even I have ever been exposed to. There is a wealth of knowledge and opinions, which is what I give you, right? My opinion. So much information that it can become totally consuming and overwhelming. I want to share with you what has happened in our homeschool that has really transformed the whole curriculum process. My hope is that God will use this video, even if just for one of you, because there is truly so much freedom to be found. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a homeschool curriculum war. It doesn't have to be stressful and daunting and overwhelming and all-consuming. It doesn't have to be that way. Let's get to this mouth full of words that I've been chewing on for a while. I want to start this video with a brief introduction. My name is Jamie. In case you're new here, I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 3 boys. I have been homeschooling them for almost 8 completed years. 2021, 2022 will be our 9th year homeschooling, the beginning of our 9th year homeschooling. And so we have gone through, I wouldn't say everything, but we have gone, it's been all about this, okay? I want to add, I am not perfect. I do not even close to have it figured out. Not even a tiny bit. Not even. I am not an expert on this topic at all. And I'm telling you all this because I want you to feel deep down in your bones how much I really truly am with you right where you're at. I am a homeschool mom, yes. I happen to have a YouTube channel, yes. It is something that has opened my eyes in so many ways, and I want to just be open and transparent, which is what I always try to do here on my channel. But I feel like sometimes what we share here in this YouTube world, people put so much stock in. And that's where I'm going with this video, is I want to tell you, I have been on the other side of it. Prior to having a YouTube channel, I was on the other side where I was the one watching YouTube videos. I was the one researching, and I was the one stressing, and I'm not kidding. I would stress, I would lose sleep. I would just almost like, it would consume me. It was all consuming, going down the homeschool curriculum rabbit trail. And I would research and research and research. And I'm talking at like 12:30 at night, you guys, I'm not kidding. There is something that happened in our home and in our homeschool that totally transformed how I pick homeschool curriculum. Very first year homeschooling, and compare that to our almost 8th year completed homeschooling. I am blown away at how God has transformed me, how he has transformed our homeschool, our life, my children. There has been so much blooming that has happened, and I'm not saying it's been easy. I always add that disclaimer because maybe here on a screen, it looks like it's been just a fun, smooth transition, which is the furthest thing from the truth. So there has been a work in me that has taken place, a battle in me that you guys don't see that's taken place in our home, in myself, personally, in our homeschool, all of it. When I started this YouTube channel, I never, ever thought that people would actually take an interest in what we are doing in our life. And it sounds so funny, but I really truly didn't. Like, that is such a foreign thing to me, that people actually genuinely care. And when I share an update on curriculum like I did with The Good and the Beautiful, it made me realize how much what I am sharing here is being taken and absorbed. And to me, it's mind-blowing because I am just like all of you. If you knew me in real life, like I'm a mess. I will change my mind 1,010,000 times. I will. I'm not perfect. I am human. But honestly, I'm learning to love that about myself. And I know it's not something that's accepted here in the social media world quite as well, because we're supposed to stick to what we're supposed to stick to, right? Or so people say or think or believe. But if you're expecting that from me, you have maybe come to the wrong place, because I am all about changing things up that fit your home in your season, in your lifestyle, what's working for you. I very rarely keep things the same. Yes, we have certain things that will not change, but the rest of it, I love the freedom and the flexibility and the beauty in getting to change. I am not bound by anything. I am not tied to anything. There is nothing that is holding me in this tight rope that I can't move from. Like, I am free to do in our home and in our homeschool whatever we want. And you are free to do the exact same things. I don't need permission or an okay or an approval from you to do what we do, whatever curriculum we choose, whether or not it lines up with your convictions or not, whether I don't need your permission and you don't need mine. And it's a beautiful thing. We all are in this homeschool thing together. We're all going to do it differently. I don't know that there's a single one of you who does things the exact same way that we do in our home. And it's supposed to be that way. Why would we all, why are we homeschooling if we want everything to be in a box? Send them back to public school. If you want to live in a box, go back. I don't want to live in a box. And so when it comes to curriculum, you will see different things on here. You will see new, fresh things. You will see old things reappear. You will see transformations happening with each and every video that I bring to you. For me, that is life. For me, that's life. That's embracing and accepting freedom. There are so many resources out there, and I love every single one of them. I love everything. I have a love for homeschool curriculum and trying different things in our home, for exploring new avenues and new options and new resources. Why would we not spread our wings and take it all in? Why would I be bound to one specific box or one specific, I don't even know. Why? Why would you be bound to that? I choose to not. I choose to not be bound by any of it. And to some people, that may not work, and that is absolutely okay. There is so much homeschool information out there, whether it's homeschool styles, whether it's learning styles, whether it's homeschool curriculum and resources, how to do this, how to do that, do you have a homeschool room or do you not? There's so much pressure. Can we just take a moment and let go of every ounce of that? Why? Can we just take a moment and if you're carrying that, let go of it. There's no need for any of it. There's no need for any of the comparison. There's no need to put such an overwhelming pressure on yourself as a homeschool mom. Homeschooling does not have to be complicated. Picking homeschool curriculum does not have to be complicated. If you line it up with your goals and what you have as far as a vision for your homeschool, if you line that up with what you're wanting to teach your kids, that's all that matters. Maybe sit down for a few minutes and write down on a piece of paper what you need. Where are you at in this season? Are you needing something that can help hold your hand and lead you through this? Or are you a mom who's open with wings spread wide open and you're ready to just grab different random things and bring it in and make it your own? Are you a mom who's needing something maybe like teaching textbooks that will help free up some time so you can tend to another kid while one of your children can learn online through teaching textbooks? There are so many options out there, and it's so consuming and so overwhelming. And when I share curriculum with you all, I share it because it's what's working in our home. I'm not sharing it because I think you should do it. I'm not sharing it because I feel like it would be a great fit for your family, because honestly, I don't know you. I don't know what would work for your family. Okay, next thing, and I promise this video is going somewhere, so stick with me at the very end, but I just feel like there's so much of this I have to get off my chest because there is an overwhelming pressure that has been weighing on me for a while, as far as just coming to you guys and sharing with you that I am broken, that I am not perfect, that I do not have it figured out, that I don't have a simple how-to step-by-step guide for you. I can share my opinion, which is what I'm sharing here on my channel. I can share with you my thoughts and my feelings. I don't need your permission. You don't need my permission. I don't need to understand why you do things the way you do, and you don't need to understand why I do the things the way I do. It's so beautiful and it's so freeing, and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody other than you and your home. You're the one doing it. So I just want to ask, like, can we all just take it easy on each other and just love each other? I feel like that's what this all comes back to. And what this whole video has been leading up to is the concept of surrendering everything to Jesus. And I mean that with every part of my heart. I have been going through some stuff that's been a big, big struggle. And this relates to your whole life, not just homeschooling, but for the sake of today's video, we're going to talk about homeschooling. When you surrender your homeschool to Jesus, when you give it to him to take and run with it, he will lead you. He will put things in front of you that you didn't even know existed. He will help make things make sense to you. He will give you a peace. When you are following the Holy Spirit, there will be peace inside you in the decisions you make that does not even make sense why you have peace about it. There are things like, say, for instance, the big controversy about Christians using the good and the beautiful. The $1 million question. How are you okay with using that in your home? I can't tell you how many emails I've got on that. And this is saying your convictions are not my convictions, and my convictions are not your convictions. And so when you turn that all over to God, it's so much deeper. And I have peace. I have absolute, complete peace about what we are doing in our home and how we are doing it. I have complete peace about the items that I'm bringing into our home. I have complete peace in the fact that if something is questionable, we serve a mighty God who is capable of all things. I have given to God, and this happened 2.5 years ago. It was right before we started using the Gather Around Homeschool curriculum when it very first came out. And that was a huge transformational period for me. That's where so much changed. And I can't even explain or put into words or feelings or emotions in regards to our homeschool, what all was taking place. There were so many tears. There were so many prayers. There was so much crying out to God. I was lost. I wanted to give up. I was done. I didn't think I could do this anymore. This was overwhelming. It was all of the things because there's so many different opinions and people coming at you and barking and saying, do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't bring that in your home, don't do this, do this, we love this. I don't even know. I can't even process all of that information. It is information and opinion overload. I could tell you all day long how I love Gather Round and it works in our home. And you can find a million other videos of people saying we quit, it didn't work. I could tell you all day long what we love about Not Grass history. And you will find people all day long who have the complete opposite opinion. It is exactly that. It is our opinion. I am sharing with you in this space my opinion, what's working for us because we're living it and we're using it and it's in our home. We're functioning with it, right? Things will come and things will go. You will see that. You will see that if you go back to the beginning of my channel. We're not doing a lot of the same things now that we were doing then. And when you surrender all of that to God, when you walk, when you turn it over to him and you say, God, I don't know what is right for our home. I don't know what is right for our homeschool. Will you lead me? Will you put things in front of me? If this is not from you, if this is not where you want me going, slam that door right in my face. I want to know. I need obvious signs and obvious things. So if I can encourage you on some simple things when it comes to choosing homeschool curriculum, because that is a question, like I said, I get asked 1 million times. How do you even know where to go? How do you know what to pick? I didn't. I went with what everybody was saying was the latest, greatest. I did. Then came a huge transformation because I was tired, I was burnt out, I was giving up, I was overwhelmed. Then came the transformation. Then came the surrendering it all to God. Then comes nothing but peace. I have no reservations right now in the curriculum that we have chosen. And I recently, last week, was dealing with some rough stuff when it came to co-op. I was really torn and consumed about a lot of things surrounding high school transcripts, co-op, different labs that they're gonna need. I was consumed by that and overwhelmed by that. I am so thankful for the women in my life who bring me back to reality, who remind me, you are trying to get a grip on something that you are not in control of. You need to surrender that. You need to let go of that. I have a constant struggle with wanting to control and letting go, with wanting to control and realizing, okay, God, you're right. I'm taking control again. I let it go. I surrender it all to you. I want what you have for our home, for our life, for our family, for our homeschool. So show me, reveal it to me. Give me any and every sign to show me where you want me, God. I ask for those things specifically before I bring anything into our homeschool. And I encourage you to do the exact same thing. And I trust the Holy Spirit to lead me and guide me and to open my eyes to anything that is a red flag, to anything that doesn't fit, to anything that's not right. I trust that. I trust the items that we have brought into our homeschool are items that God has placed before us. These have all been a blessing in our homeschool up until this point, and I'm excited for what is to come for the upcoming homeschool year. So what I want you to do now is to take a quick minute. I want you to sit down. If you have not surrendered all of that to God, your homeschool, everything, start there. Start there and ask Him, open my eyes. Show me where you want me to go. Ask Him. He is a mighty God and capable of all things. Ask Him. He will lead you. He will guide you. Let Him be the center and the most forefront thing in your homeschool. Everything else is going to fall into place. You will feel a peace about you like I feel right now about homeschool. I'm not stressed about what we're going to use. I'm not overwhelmed going down the rabbit trail of homeschool curriculum. There's so many things I see that I'm like, ooh, that would be fun. Ooh, that would be fun. I love it all. I love everything. And I want to try everything. And if something changes in our homeschool, it's not a big shocker, guys. That's how I roll. That's the way I roll. It's the way it is. It's the way I function. It's the way I thrive on that. And I trust that what we are doing and what we're allowing and what we're changing and when we're going through these seasons, God is bringing us through all of these seasons for such a greater purpose than I even know. And what comes into our home and serves us for that season is meant to be there for a reason, and then it's gone. It's meant to teach me something, to teach my boys something, and then it's time to shift to something else because we're being pulled in another direction. So first and foremost, surrender it all to God if you have not, because trust me, that peace that He can give obviously surpasses all understanding, all of it. Start narrowing down your options by what you are needing. What do you need? What are your goals? What do you want to teach your children? In your heart, when you stop and you sit down and you think, where do you feel led to teach your kids? What do they need to know that they haven't been taught yet? What gives you energy and excitement? What gets them excited? Ask your kids, what do you want to learn about this year? Ask them. They will tell you. Ask them. Get them involved in the homeschool curriculum process. Once you've surrendered, okay? Once you kind of have a feel for the direction maybe that you want to go, don't do it just because I do it. Don't do it because I say it's great and grand and wonderful and we love it. You have to form your own opinion. You have to figure it out for yourself and you have to follow where you feel led. So I want you, okay, with me. Let's do this together. Right in the middle of all the homeschool curriculum chaos, homeschool curriculum craze, let's just take a deep breath together right now. Ready? Did you take a deep breath? Did you take a deep breath? Let it go. Surrender all of it to God. He will lead you. He will guide you. Your homeschool journey is exactly that. It is your journey. It's going to be different than mine. Mine will be different than yours. We may agree on certain things and we may disagree on things. But what I love about this community is that we can all come together and understand and accept that we're all in the same boat, no matter what we use. No matter what we have in our home, we're all moms needing encouragement. We are moms needing support. No matter what pieces of material I bring into my home, we're all homeschool moms needing encouragement and support and wisdom. We're doing this together. So in the midst of like this chaos and craze, I encourage you to surrender everything in your homeschool to God. Ask Him to lead you, and know that whatever I'm sharing on here, whatever another mom might be sharing or another 5 moms might be sharing, they are merely our opinion, okay? We are human. We are living and breathing this exactly with you. I am not an expert. I do not even come close to having it all figured out. I'm on a journey and I am evolving and changing every single day. And God is taking us through seasons like He does everybody. So with that question, how do you choose homeschool curriculum? It's my very first year. How do I even begin to know where to start? That is the first place I would start, is surrendering, saying, God, you're calling us to this. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? See what God puts in front of you. Follow where you feel led. Don't take someone else's opinion and form it into your own. Don't let other people's opinions manipulate and warp your mind and your opinion, because then you're not thinking for yourself. You're not being led by the Spirit. You're being led by somebody else's thoughts or feelings or convictions or any and all of the above. You form your own opinion. Don't take everybody else's opinion. They are not you. They are not the Holy Spirit. You form your own opinion for your home, for your homeschool, because that is what matters. Not my opinion, not my approval, not somebody else's approval. We're not working for the approval of people here. Just a little food for thought. Yes, it's a little different than what I normally share, but I've been chewing on this for a while. I hope that maybe something was helpful in today's video for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.